How you doing, everybody? My name is Tim, and I have built the company Lawn and Beyond, and this is like year 5 from like originally even thinking about the idea of starting this company. And let me tell you that I couldn't be more excited this year than any year. I'm guessing every year after the next is always, better than the next, as long as you're still putting effort in, you're still investing into yourself, into the business. And this year, I'm actually investing the most, and we're growing the most. I actually started this 5 years ago, my wife and I, and we were homeless, living out the garage in St. Louis, and I was broker than a joke, just getting off dope. And it was tough, I'm not gonna lie. My first couple of years I was just grinding and hustling hard, and still had that drug mindset, poverty mindset, that I wasn't deserving of anything. I wasn't worthy to have the luxuries and the nice things that everybody else had, and that I was just forced to suffer and forced to I don't know. So I share this because if you guys are just starting your business and whatnot, one of the greatest things that you can do to grow is grow your brain, grow your mind, and change that way of thinking that you have, because you're worth it. If you're cutting the lawn for $20, no, you gotta stop. It's not worth it. It doesn't matter how you feel emotionally. If you want to start a business does not have emotions, and you can't get your heart may be full in it, but you know what? A customer's heart is not full in your business. They're not fully invested like you are. And if you're there to grow a company and you're there to help people, it's going to take time. It's going to take money, and you're going to need the money to get all your overhead paid for and your expenses, and get the quality of life that is not such a burden and a headache to you. Because if your business is a headache and a burden, you're doing something wrong. And I was doing stuff wrong for too long, for like 3 years straight. So it wasn't up until the other year, like my 3rd year, when I was doing stuff wrong, I was generating maybe $80,000 for that year. And I'm like, dude, I worked so hard for 3 years just to generate that. And finally I started switching my brain a little bit, and I started learning some stuff, listening to some audio books, personal development books, business, and listening to these audio books. And as I started doing that, my mind started shifting gears, and I was literally able to almost double the business. And I think my profits even doubled, because I don't even know if I was really profiting, to be honest. I was doing so terrible. I got a little excited, and then the next year happened, and we started growing a little bit more, and great things were happening. And I was so ready to start the 3rd crew last year, but some even more things had to change and shift in my brain, and I had to grow even more to think of more abundance, because there's still a little poverty, and I still think there is, because money is whatever, it's there. You need it though to survive for your company. And so much we put this like idol on, like too much money is a bad thing, and our mind is thinking just all wrong about it. We don't have a great understanding about money and what we need it for and what we need to do with it. And I mean, if you're selfishly doing your business for you, then you're probably not going to make it far. But really, this business, I plan to help change my community, because St. Louis is really hurting. I'm involved, and I don't forget where I came from getting off the drugs and the hopelessness and the homelessness I was in. So I gotta, you gotta have that purpose for what you're doing it for, and just keep fighting and pushing through and not give up. I'm working. Wow, I'm working day 13 right now. I had to come in last Sunday, work a half a day to finish this rock install on a customer's job, because we're booked about 4 weeks out, and I've never been booked out like this before. I've never had landscaping jobs like this up until this year. I got this new truck that I financed for about $22,000, got the dump insert, and it's just bringing in so much work. The marketing that I did over the winter time, I was working full time in the winter, just in the office, and it's just the sacrifices that I had to do. There's no time off. And one thing you definitely got to learn too is time management, because if not, you're gonna just want to blow your brains out, because it just gets so overwhelming. And when you're kissing butt to all these customers that want you to do this and that, you got to know when to do it and when not to, or when to let them go, or when make financial decisions for the company that, I've had these clients for so long, but you're like, I don't want to let them go. I care so much about them. They're older. They don't have much money. Well, look, you're in this for business, and I understand you got to help people, but you can't help people unless you're helping yourself as well, and especially if you got a family. And I got a wife. I got 4 daughters, and so I got a lot on my back that and a burden. Well, I wouldn't say burden. I love my family, but I got a lot of reason to keep pushing and fighting and learning and growing and doing everything I need to do to make things happen. I don't know how long I was going to make this video. It's 7 minutes, so I just wanted to share with you and motivate you guys through the spring rush. I don't know where you are in your business. This year my goal is $400,000 in revenue. Profit-wise, I don't even know if we'll make any profit really this year. I mean, the day-to-day profit, I hope to always reach 20 to 25% right now, and that's fairly well, but all that money is getting dumped back into the company. Everybody in my business right now makes more than me, and they will for the next couple years, because I'm making a choice to invest in them, my team, and invest in the business. And we live in a small little dinky 1-bedroom apartment, all of us. We got 3 of my daughters there, and me and my wife, to make that sacrifice for the company. And my wife understands why we're doing it. And I know after the next year and a half that things are going to change, maybe sooner, but that's the goal right now. And so if you want things to happen, you got to make that sacrifice. We went to Florida for vacation this past winter, and it was a beautiful time. It was wonderful. We were there for almost 3 weeks. We drove down there and just drove the whole peninsula, went all the way down to the Keys, and it was great. And now I told my family, that was great and all, but no more vacations for the next couple years, because we are going to invest and make the difference, but it's gonna cost. And just like Dave Ramsey says, you gotta live like no one else today if you want to live like no one else later. And my purpose isn't even that, because we're going to be getting into some organic spraying compost tea, and I know this is going to blow up. It seems like there's not a good marketing plan out there. I don't even see the awareness on the difference on the chemicals and the compost tea, and so I want to make that difference, at least in my community, if not this region. And you got to know what you're doing everything for. It's not, if it's to buy, get a big house and the luxury vehicles, well, good luck, but you're gonna burn out. Everything comes in due time, and if you're struggling, I definitely plan on doing some videos. I just made some changes in my life recently that I'll talk more about later that are gonna just blow me up as who I am and the things I need to do, because I know I need to delegate more. I need to, not do too much. Less is more. It's a hard lesson to learn. But all right, guys, I love you. God bless you, and I pray that your business does well, and that you're doing everything in the right way, and that you don't stop growing and learning, and just keep it up. Don't give up, because it's worth it in the end. See you later.